Hello everyone, I'm the guy who predicted the samurai hero before he was released. If you don't believe me, let Precursor tell you.
So I brought in my friend General Fujikiyo, who predicted Sohei before he released.
A lot of people have been asking me to predict the Outlander hero. Well, that's why I'm here, obviously. Before we talk about the Outlander hero and eventually the hero skin, we need to go into the past. In the samurai season, I found out that the minions had multiple tattoos. Two of the tattoos were Japanese. One was a demon Honya mask, and the other one was Benkei and his master. But for the other tattoos, they were completely different. One was a Chinese mythical creature, the Kuei Lang. The Kuei Lang is a legendary horned creature that appears in Chinese mythology. It is said to appear when the immediate arrival or passing of a sage or illustrious ruler. The Kuei Lang is a special type of Ling mythical family one-horned beast. As for the second tattoo, it was a Korean dragon. Where most dragons in European mythology are considered to be linked in with fire and destruction, dragons in Korean mythology are primarily benevolent beings related to water and agriculture, often considered beings of rain and clouds. Ubisoft would not portray different cultures' tattoos and creatures on a samurai minion. As well, they've been secretly hinting to us all the hero skins and heroes so far, just like the Sohei. So I do not believe this was a bad faith intention or a mistake. This is why I believe this was a subtle hint on the hero skin and the hero for the next season. We're going to be taking a look at the hero skin for the Wulin, because this will link in with the Outlander hero. Most hero skins and heroes are always linked, either having a story between each other being rivals or working together like the Sohei and Master Akachi. I have three possible contenders on who the hero skin could be based off in history. My first idea is Waku, which translates to Japanese pirates. Among the ranks were Chinese and Portugal. In the early years, the pirates would raid the coasts of China and Korea from the 13th century onwards to the 17th century. Waku activity in Korea declined after the Treaty of Gohai in 1443, but continued in Ming China and peaked during the Zang Jin Waku raids in the mid-16th century. Chinese reprisals and strong clampdowns on pirates by the Japanese authorities saw the Waku disappear by the 17th century. There were two distinct eras of Waku piracy. The early Waku were mostly set up on camps on outlying islands of Japan's archipelago, like Tsushima and Iki, in the Sea of Japan. As opposed to the 16th century, the Waku were mostly non-Japanese, and they mostly raided Japan as well as China and Korea. The pirates would consistently raid Korea by 1259. The Chingises had achieved submission of the Goryeo dynasty, and it was likely that the Korean stories of the sea pirates were what put Japan as a whole on the Mongol Empire radar, which led to the two failed invasions of Japan's mainland. As for my second idea, the Japanese invaded Korea, commonly known as the Imjin War, involved two separate but yet linked invasions. The additional invasion in 1592, a brief truce in 1596, and a second invasion in 1597. The Japanese were extremely good at capturing the mainland of Korea, but when it came to sea combat, they were eventually stopped by Yong Shin, was a Korean admiral and military general famous for his victories against the Japanese Navy during the Imjin War in the Joseon period. In most of his battles, he was outnumbered and lacked the necessary supplies. In his most famous victory at the Battle of Mianyang, he was leading a successful Korean fleet of 13 ships against a Japanese fleet of at least 133. Yong Shin would die from a gunshot wound at the Battle of Niyang, the last major battle of the Imjin War, on December 16, 1598. Yong Shin's forces killed General Kamushima. He was the only daimyo who was killed during the Imjin War. Yong Shin is regarded as one of the greatest naval commanders in history. He is one of the most renowned historical figures in Korea, with multiple landmarks, rewards, and towns named after him. The reason why I've chosen these two people as a possibility on being the next hero skin for the Wu Lin is because of their relationship with Japan. We've never had a conflict with the Wu Lin and the Dawn Empire, unlike history where Japan, Chinese, and Korea had a lot of conflict, and the interesting detail of the samurai minions having Chinese and Korean tattoos. My final candidate on who the hero skin could be. Zhu Yangzheng was born in 1328 to a family of extremely poor peasants, as famine, plague, and peasant revolts surged across China proper during the 14th century. Zheng rose to command the Red Turban Rebellion that conquered China proper, ending the Mongol-led Yang dynasty and forcing the remaining Yang court to retreat to the Mongolian peninsula. He claimed the Mandate of Heaven, which is the ancient Chinese and Imperial Chinese way to validate the rule of a king or an emperor of China. He also established the Ming dynasty at the beginning of 1336. Defeating rival national leaders, Zhang promoted himself emperor in 1368. Establishing his capital at Nanjing and appointing Han Wu as his regent title, he expelled the last Yan emperor from China that year and reunified the country in 1382. Now, you may have noticed I've been talking a lot about a certain faction, the Mongolian Empire. Don't worry, it's for good reason. During the Year 8 Vision trailer, they showed a lot of teasers for hero skins and heroes in the trailer. They did show off a Mongolian saber and a Chinese straight sword. That could be a reference to the hero skin being for Zhan Hu and the saber being for the new hero. Big details that they also mentioned is that the hero is going to be female and the villain.
Say I can reveal it's a villain, and the villain's going to have a pretty major impact.
And she will, can I say she?
From the evidence that we have so far from the trailers as well as the tattoos, I believe the Outlander to be based off a Mongolian woman. The Mongolian Empire have always been depicted as intelligent, smart, and conquering warriors, so this would make a perfect villain for Year 8 Season 4. I have some honorable mentions on who the Outlander hero could be. Tumulun is the daughter of Chengiz Khan, taking part in the Mongol invasion of Kyrgyzstan and the sacking of Nishapur in 1221. Kunchuk was a 13th century princess of the Mongol-led Chinese Yang dynasty belonging to the Mongolian Beirut tribe. In 1291, killed in battle against Abud Khan, women like Kunchuk were singled out for their courage and bravery in combat. The enemy troops were so impressed with her courage in battle. After her death, they awarded her a man named Ahmad. Now moving on to the person I believe the hero will be most likely based off. Kutulun was the Mongolian noble woman, the most famous daughter of Kaidu, a cousin of Kublai Khan, and was a great-granddaughter of Genghis Khan. In historical retellings and accounts, Kutulun was depicted as a strong warrior princess who is depicted in many Mongolian campaigns in Central Asia. She was trained shooting, wrestling, and riding since her childhood. Later, when she grew up, she became such a skilled wrestler she defeated elite men warriors in traditional wrestling competitions. Wrestling competitions in the imperial era were for sport and entertainment, but also for settling disputes and the competition to win wives. The warrior princess who repeatedly turned down more than 1,000 suitors after being them in all of a display of strength and agility. She battled alongside her father against Kublai Khan, protecting the nomadic Mongol lifestyle of his Chagatai Khani against the Chinese ways adopted by Kublai Khan's court. I do have another idea on why this could be a Mongolian hero. It's just because it's a theory and there's not much evidence behind it. Because of the great success of Ghost of Tsushima, Ubisoft has decided to make an Assassin's Creed in Japan. So it may be possible that Ubisoft has decided to maybe make a Mongolian hero to also capitalize on the success of Ghost of Tsushima and its villains, the Mongolians. But this is just a theory and there's not much evidence based around it. In the latest Battle Pass, there is a woolen-themed embossing as well as a outline of a banner being gold and purple, mostly signifying Wulin because that's their main colors, but these two are unclaimed and these are just theories. They didn't really have much evidence towards it because this could just be normal Battle Pass content, and this could maybe not just be a hint to the Outlander hero and the new season. I would love to hear what you guys think on the next Outlander hero could be. Do you believe that I'm correct? It could be a Mongolian, or do you believe something else? With that, I'll see you next time, and please don't forget to like and subscribe because it really helps out the channel. Alrighty, goodbye.